Hello fellow RVers. This goes out mostly to anybody new to the RV world. I was asked about how we hook up a hose and use a pressure regulator and a filter. So here what we have is a water pressure reducing valve or pressure regulator. Here we have a flexible connection which helps take the stress off the hose and the filter hanging off the trailer, and then here is a standard RV style water filter. So let's hook them up, talk about it. Let's start off right at the travel trailer connections themselves. I hope this can be seen easily, the sun's pretty bright, but here you have your large freshwater holding tank fill port. And here you have your city water hookup. This will take the garden hose directly. It bypasses the need for the pump, and you just hook the water up, you leave it on, and that's it. Every time you open a spigot, you're going to have water. It flows through your whole system. If you don't have a campground where you can hook up a freshwater hose and you need to fill your holding tank, well then you're going to fill this to the top, you're going to recap it, and then you're going to require or rely on your internal water pump to keep your system pressurized. Okay, I just hung my filter, regulator, and my stress reducing nipple, which comes with almost every water filter kit. If you get this water filter, this style here, you get a 2-pack or sometimes even in a 1-pack, this piece will come with it. And what this piece does, it's an anti-kink, and it also takes a little bit of the stress off of here so your hose isn't going straight in and trying to fold this. This is making all the radius. Now, at a campground, what I'll do is I'll find my spigot, wherever it is, and I'll turn it on. I'll let a little water run. That frees that spigot that I'm unfamiliar with of any spiders or anything that somebody might have stuck in there being a goofball. Then I'll hook up my garden hose. I'll do the same thing. I'll flush my garden hose out. Even though my garden hose has sat in my trailer, dried out, free of anything, and I know what's happened to it, I still do it. I flush it out. I let everything run to the end of the hose, then I shut the spigot off again. Then what I do is I hook up my water filter at the end of my hose. Guess what? That's right, I do it again. I flush this, make sure the water and fluids run clear, nothing's in it. You want to make sure too that when you get them new, you got to take these end caps off. Okay, now one filter might last you 4 to 5 camping trips, depends how many trips you might get in that summer. I do not recommend at all keeping this filter season after season. You don't want it sitting there stagnant for 7 months and then you bring it back out and somebody wants to enjoy the drinking water. Typically we don't drink the water at all, we bring bottled water, but hey, you can if you have a nice clean filter and you're ready for it. So now you put on your pressure reducing regulator, your stress relieving nipple, and you hook it right to the trailer. Now take notice, you have a water flow. This direction, even on your reducing valve, this direction and in. You can't do it backward. There's no wrong way. Now, I say no wrong way, I'm also suggesting there's no wrong way to put these. You can put your reducer, you can put your filter, you can put all that at the spigot end of your connection. You can do it all down there at the spigot and come down here and just come straight up here. I would still use this where my hose ties in. This is what's going to keep you from having a kink. So make sure you use that at least at the camper side. That's it. There's a pressure reducing valve, water filter, city water hookup, and freshwater hookup. When you use the freshwater hookup, you still want to hook this up. You probably don't need to use the regulator or reducing valve because you're just going to fill it, but you still want to filter the water you're putting in there. Don't take for granted just because you're not staying hooked up that there's nothing in your hose or nothing in your spigot. So you don't want to put that in your freshwater tank. Still use a filter. What do you got to lose? Just pass your water through it, free it of large contaminants and anything harmful, and nothing's going to go through your pump. It's just a little sense of security that you haven't put a contaminant in your tank that's going to find its way somewhere into your system. Take care.